Yo, what's up, everybody? Wretched Wrestling. It's me this week, Fred Robinson.
I'm here too.
Yeah. We've been drinking. And now it's time to talk about wrestling. Fuck, turn this down.
Turn the vibe down. Shit.
That looks like shit.
I mean, that goes without saying.
Shut up.
Fuck it.
It's weird, the lighting sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know why it does that.
Different lighting structure. Well, usually I think we have it down more. It makes the lighting better. But whatever.
Actually, it looks pretty good. Brother, you look like Scott Norton's son.
Your thing is thing again.
Fucking shitballs.
Dude.
It's always a Facebook Live.
Dude. What's up, all my peoples? What are we drinking tonight, PWL, man? I recommended this. You recommended this to me. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey.
Is that good?
That's better.
It hasn't moved yet over there.
Good.
It's good?
And we're drinking some beer.
Tremendous.
We're mixing the drinks with the Coke.
Yes, we are.
No Fireball this week. No Fireball.
What's up, everyone?
The doctor has cleared me.
Welcome back to the Wretched Wrestling Podcast.
Cheers.
Okay.
Lickety split.
All right, ready?
This tastes so good with Coke.
Oh, I still have the sound up.
Yeah, I don't want to hear myself talk.
Nobody wants to hear you talk. Come on.
Fuck you.
What?
Fuck you.
You're in a weird mood.
Fuck you! I know.
Alright, let's just go. Alright, guys, thanks for joining us here on the Wretched Wrestling Podcast, episode 65. We've got our TLC recap show, and we're going to talk about Survivor Series and the
Cubbage in the house.
SmackDown invasion. What's up, Andrew Cubbage? What's up to Mr. PWO? All of our followers on Periscope. Let me run through them all and thank them now.
Whoever they are.
What is my phone doing? Who we got here? Who we got? 6 total viewers. What's up, Mr. PWO? What's up, Alan C? What's up, B? That's a really...
Yo, what up, B?
Original username. Yeah, I don't know.
What's
Everybody
up,
else
B?
is gone. I can't... Why did they only show me the top 3? Anyway. What's up, Hi Guy 5?
I miss Rob
show.
English, honestly. He used to be fun on the show.
What's that guy's name? What's his deal again? What does he do?
He's, what do you mean, like, what does he do for a job, or?
Yeah, what is it? What's his backstory?
He's a nerd! He's from the Wretched Wrestling Podcast.
You just talked to the mic and we're not recording it.
Oh, I am.
Alright, well, we're gonna just jump right into it, not waste any more time here. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wretched Wrestling Podcast.
Hi, everybody.
My name's Craig Dixon.
I'm Fred Robinson.
And we are here, back, episode 65 of the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. We are here to talk TLC, the aftermath of tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my. And we will be talking about the build to Survivor Series as well, Fred.
Yeah, man, like TLC, wow, a lot. Well, we were supposed to have one card, as we all know.
Right.
We actually broke that news. We were the first Wretched Wrestling Podcast to release that news.
We're also the only Wretched Wrestling Podcast.
Right, well, nonetheless, we were the first of that nature, and now we are...
The last professional broadcaster is in the house. What? Sam Roberts is here? Where is he?
Where's that terrible pineapple haircut he has?
It's not even a pineapple anymore. It's like a fucking dying chinchilla or something.
It's like a bush from, like, 70s porn. As if it, like, a bottle of secret ooze just, like, cracked on top of it. It's like a chia pet gone wrong.
It's like a chia pet that never grew hair.
It's like a chia pet that needs to be shot and then be declared an instinct. Needs to be declared instinct, much like the dodo bird. Don't you think? It needs to go. He needs to shave his head, I think.
What's up, Christopher Cruz, joining us on Facebook Live.
He's cruising on.
Loyal followers of the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. Guys,
he's cruising into the podcast.
He's cruising in. We have so much to talk about, so we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to jump right into Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2017. Me and Fred did not watch this together. We both watched it at our own separate times. Fred had a prior commitment, and I was just tired and busy and bullshit.
I had a date.
Oh, Fred had a date, guys. Fred, you want to tell us about your date? How'd that go?
Well, maybe we should leave some details alone because, last time I said that I went on a date. Last time I said that I met somebody. Things got out of hand, and it was revealed to the world that Corey was the he-she that I had discovered. Was a she, turned into a he. I don't know. I don't want to jinx this one, Craig. I want to leave it in the dark, just like Bruce Springsteen, and I want to dance in the dark, just like he said.
I mean, if you don't turn the lights on, though, then you never know.
That's true. That's
what's
true.
Going to be presented in front of your face.
I know. I mean, I think the date went well for the most part. I mean,
yeah. What's her name?
Her name is what the fuck's her name?
She doesn't listen to this.
Jamie.
Another Jamie?
Yeah.
Well. Fred, what's with you and having the same name girlfriend? By the way, his sister's name is Christine. She joins us on the Facebook Live feed every once in a while. How many times have you gone on a date with a girl named Christine?
Yeah, there was a month period of time where I met 3 Christines. It was fucking creepy to say the least, but it was whatever. So it was funny because Craig, as you know, my favorite drink is a strawberry daiquiri. So I just wanted to put it out there that I like strawberry daiquiris. I ordered one, and, well, she went to the bathroom for a long time after that. I don't think the two were related, though. I don't think those two events were related.
No.
But she had one with me, and we were both indulged in the fruit together. So it was mucho sweet,
Mucho sweet? That's how you say things?
Molto sweet, if you're Italian out there.
Oh, fucking goddamn it.
But yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
Nice. I heard. Was this the same girl who's a fan of podcasts and stuff?
Yes.
She's the Joe Rogan Experience, right? And,
she likes Joe Rogan. Yeah.
What else does she like?
She likes Opie and Anthony. She likes Ron and Fez.
Sounds like a keeper.
I know. I really think this girl's really cool.
Nice.
Mean,
does she listen to the Wretched Wrestling Podcast?
I've not told her about that yet.
Smart move.
I'm still trying to get some pussy, so I'd like to continue to get some, so I will not mention the Wrestling Podcast.
That is a smart move. You want to stay out in the dating world. You do not mention that you have a wrestling podcast.
I tell you that, right? Remember when I tell you that I've gone on dates and I'll be like, yeah, so they'll tell me what they like and stuff, and then all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, it's I'm like, I like wrestling too. I've watched for a long time. They're like, oh.
I'm gonna go over here now.
Yeah.
Just sits at the table.
They're like, I don't really like wrestling that much. I'm like, you'll get to like it, and then I never hear from them again. So, suffice to say, I said it right this time.
Yeah, nice.
Things don't work out in that. I'm easing her into the lifestyle, into the Fred lifestyle. Like I said with Corey, things got way off the rails way too quickly.
Of course.
Good. It's time to take a step back. It's time to, maybe, me and her will, get under the sheets, if you will, one day, and,
yeah,
be all about that puss,
Again, why do you talk that way? I just don't.
You think this would be a good pickup line if I was just like,
nope.
Hey, baby.
Nope. Already off to a terrible start.
Well, what would you say, Craig?
I wouldn't have any idea. What
would you say?
I have not been single in 14 years, so I have no idea.
Well, pretend Jen was this fucking.
Pretend Jen's dead.
No, pretend Jen is this single piece of ass in the bar. What would you say to her?
I don't know, dude. I've known her for so long. I can't pretend I know somebody for 14 years. That'd be like you telling me, hey, man, imagine you met me, how would you know? I don't know, dude, I've known you for 20 years. How do I pretend I don't know you?
That's true. I kind of forgot how we met, honestly.
WWE, man. It was wrestling.
We met through wrestling, but I don't remember the moment I met you. I forgot the moment I met you.
We literally have video evidence of the time we met each other. Yes.
Oh.
It was in Backyard Wrestling, dude. The first time we hung out. Our friend Chris, mutual friend Chris Valinkalank, was in the BBA. You were good friends with him. I was good friends with him. You wanted to be in a Backyard Wrestling Federation.
That's true.
From the talks you had with Chris, and I said it was okay. I said, yeah, have him come over. And that's how we met.
I know. I wasn't getting any women at that point in high school, so I was like, well, let me just wrestle with some men. So,
well, yeah.
That will take the edge off.
Well, I mean, we were like 14 at the time. So
that's true.
That's okay. That's all right.
Passions were raging and shit like that.
All right, guys.
I digress. But anyway, that's the course of things are going right now. I'm not solidified on this yet. You know, I'm still getting over Corey. Let's face the facts. I don't want this girl to be a rebound. You know, like I don't want this to be like NBA Jam, and I don't want to rebound this girl. So like, it's okay. You know, like
boom shakalaka.
Yeah, boom shakalaka. Like I don't want to be on fire. So I'm just taking it slow. That's all.
Andrew on Facebook Live says, I get girls that like Roman, and I'm like, this is not going to work out. And that's an immediate, like, jump-off spot for, like...
Yeah.
Like, oh, you like wrestling too? Oh, cool. Who do you like? Roman Reigns. Like, okay, I'm going to go now. I'm going to go now. No, thank you.
I have to almost... But when you date a girl, though, for anybody out there, you have to expect her to like Roman Reigns.
Oh, of course, now. Yes. Oh, my God.
Like, she doesn't give a shit how many Superman punches they put in a match, you know? Like,
you know a hockey
player? As long as he has pretty eyes and long hair, girls' vaginas would be flushing like Niagara Falls.
Big Haas says, hey, Fred, if girls want you to stick your finger in her ass, run.
What? Some people like that, Pete. You know, I don't know, not me, but...
That is a thing from what our friend Tim has told us.
Yeah, oh, dude, yes. Do we want to indulge in that conversation?
Yeah, what the fuck, nah. We'll talk about wrestling eventually.
We and Craig, yeah, we have some time. Me and Craig went to the Islander game with our friend Tim, and I don't know where I decided to ask, what's up with guys and liking to getting their assholes licked? The guys like that. The girls like it. What's the deal? Because I've never got that done before. And apparently this is a thing. Apparently people like that. And whatever, to each his own. That's fine. I don't care, but... I just don't know.
I just love how when...
I just don't want so... Like, I know my asshole. And I don't know if I feel comfortable someone going...
Nobody wants to be near that.
Yeah, no one wants to be near that.
I've smelt farts from Fred.
And burps.
Okay, the burps are worse, actually. I would rather... No, I'm not going into what I would rather. I'm not going into what I would rather. But I like how when you ask the question to us, like, instantly, before you even finish the sentence, I'm like, God, no ass, nope.
Right,
nope,
okay.
Like and Tim's like, yeah, I'm all up in that shit. I'm like,
lick that rim.
Of course you are, Tim. Thank you. Tim, if you're ever watching our podcast, well, I'm sorry that I outed you here, but...
Cheers to you, man.
Cheers to you, man.
Cheers. Ooh. You don't have to scrub that ass. Someone else will do it for you, apparently.
Yeah. All right, guys, we wasted enough time here. Let's actually talk about wrestling now.
What a weird segue.
Yeah, it was a nice, weird segue. Well, let's talk about men in their underwear basically farting on each other's chest.
Okay.
So, TLC started off with a kickoff match. Sasha Banks took on Alicia Fox. This was very predictable. Sasha Banks went over here. I think we both picked Sasha on this one. This had no build, really, whatsoever.
I don't know why, but I oddly like Alicia Fox.
I was going to say the same thing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. The next night on Raw, they had a triple threat match between Sasha, Alicia Fox, and Bayley to determine who will be the women's the Raw Survivor Series captain, if you will. Mm-hmm. And Alicia Fox won.
Beat Sasha Banks and Bayley in a three-way.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, yeah, like I was going to say pretty much the same thing. I've kind of liked what Alicia's been doing. She's kind of, I don't know, she's just like playing the like crazy character again. You know, she brings it back every couple of months and
they decide to bring her back.
Yeah, and they let her win a match and makes her seem a little important. You know, she has her first t-shirt ever after being in the company for 10 years. So
really?
She has that going for her right now, so that's cool.
What does it say? I would love to know what that is.
It says crazy like a fox.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
And there's a picture of Alicia Fox drawn as a fox, so, you know, really, they were really thinking outside the box here.
She's a furry.
Yeah, she's furry.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's hot, too. I mean, too. But she does kind of oddly look like she would be like Sasha Banks' cousin.
She is hot, but like I don't know about you, Fred, but I cannot ignore her gigantic forehead. I cannot ignore it.
What's up with that?
What is with
Even
her hair?
Sasha Banks has got a huge 5 head.
Yeah. It's so true, though. Like, have you ever... Really, guys, the next time you're watching an Alicia Fox match, really concentrate on her forehead. I know it's a really weird thing
it's hard because she's got tits and ass.
Yeah. I know it's really fucking hard to pay attention to that stuff, but it's, like, really distracting for me. Like, I'm like, how does her hair start, like, way back here? It starts, like, higher than, like, a receding hairline hair starts. It's very weird.
It is. It's almost like a receding hairline.
And maybe it is. I don't know. Or maybe it's a weave. I don't know.
I think it's a weave.
Do you think so?
I heard, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be stereotypical, but, like, I do hear through the grapevine that black girls do use weaves. So, that is something. That is a thing.
No, that's a thing, but, I mean, we don't know if she actually has one or not.
I would like to wear a weave one day just to see what it looks like.
I think Corey would like that, too.
But Corey's not going to know, Craig, because Corey's out of my life. The restraining order is in place. So far, I haven't seen her.
Big Hoss says their big foreheads are helpful for bouncing your balls off. Very true, very true.
Big Ross.
What's up, Chris Surratt, who joined us on Periscope?
Christopher Cruz is too in the house.
All right, let's go to the actual main card of TLC. Asuka made her main roster debut against Emma. She beat her in a submission match. This was as predictable as wrestling matches go. I did not like how weak Asuka looked in this match. They
did this with Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, exactly.
This should not be a competitive contest.
Yeah, you're right.
This should be an exhibition showcase match. Or whatever, a showcase match. This should be, like, maybe Emma gets a few moves in, but Asuka should be dominating the whole match.
I totally
right.
agree.
I mean, for real though. I mean, that's the way it should be.
I feel like it should
almost be like a jobber versus back in Saturday night morning show.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at the time here. The match was 9 and like a quarter minutes here. Like, I mean, was that really fucking necessary? Like,
that should have been cut to 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5 minutes would have been fine. Like, maybe give Emma 3 minutes, like 2 minutes of offense, and then the last 3 minutes is all Asuka kicking her fucking ass. But no, they didn't do that. And then they had a rematch next night on Raw, and they did the same thing again.
The same thing,
in fact, Emma had more offense the second night. Like,
really?
It looked like she was going to lose, and everybody on Twitter was complaining, like, what are they doing with Asuka right now? Like, why is she struggling to beat Emma, who's literally never accomplished anything in wrestling, really?
I know.
It's very strange. I don't know. Maybe they're building her up slowly. Maybe she's got to get her feet wet on the main roster.
Maybe.
I don't know, man.
But it feels like at this point it's going to be the Asuka show. No, I mean,
it's got to be. I mean, maybe they don't want her. Maybe they don't want to start her off too hot. Like, they don't want her to be killing people. Like, they don't want squash matches, so they got to build her up slowly. Maybe they're saving her moment for WrestleMania. I don't know. So maybe they're going to do it nice and slow.
Yeah.
It does seem a little weird that she had a problem beating Emma. If they wanted
the women's roster is weak, though. So there's not that many people to go through,
And if they wanted her to have a competitive match, then it should have been somebody against somebody not named Emma, because Emma's not. She hasn't done anything. Like, she hasn't had a win that was meaningful in the last.
The week before. The match.
Yeah, it was like a bullshit. She won a fatal 5-way match or whatever it was. Like, I don't know, man. That was weird. Moving on to the card. Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann tagged against Gentleman Jack Gallagher and the Brian Kendrick. Whatever, man. Who gives a shit?
I didn't watch this match. I have no comments, so if you want to skip it, that's fine. No, but seriously, at this point, I can't watch every match because I have a life sometimes, and I gotta watch the important stuff to report on this podcast.
It was the shortest match on the card. Gave it 8 minutes. It was okay. Again. I said this on our preview show that it just seems like a Raw match. Like, it doesn't seem like a pay-per-view match. Like, who wants to see a bunch of tag team? Who wants to see a tag team cruiserweight match at a pay-per-view? And it's so random. Like, what does Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann have in common besides
being
no racist comments. Between being generic face characters. There you go.
They smile a lot.
They do smile.
That's the thing. They're positive people. That's the only reason why. It has nothing to do with being African American.
Nope.
Nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
At all.
Chris Cruz says 205 match on a pay-per-view. Who cares? Exactly. Alexander and Rich Swann won. Okay. I think I had that when Fred picked a heel team. So fuck you.
I love the fuck you noise. I can't even do it.
All right, now let's move on to the women's match. The Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss defending against Mickie James. Alexa Bliss retains the title. I thought this was a good program, man.
It's the young hot girl versus the old hot girl.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of hot girls.
Yeah, this was a surprise. As we said last week, this was a very surprisingly good program, considering how little they've done with Mickie James for the last couple months since she basically rejoined the roster. But they've made this a very interesting program, and the match was entertaining too. And the crowd, from what I remember, the crowd was kind of into it.
Yeah. It was. They were into it. I think everyone knew that what the outcome was going to be, but they got into the match. I think everybody, people like Mickie James.
She's a likable character when they let her expose her gimmick.
Herself. Of course.
That would be great. But
I know.
No, I mean like
that's the one thing we've missed in wrestling.
Her gimmick. Like she's been playing this I have a family, I have a young daughter or son, whatever it is, at home. And I need to support them, and I got to show that I can still go. Like they made the program interesting because I don't know, their promos were really good between Alexa and Mickie. And as I said last week, I was hoping that this wasn't the end of it. I kind of thought this was like a 1 month thing. When it started, I thought it was a 1 month thing. I thought it was going to be over with.
It's a placeholder for Asuka to come.
But then when it started and it was decent, I'm like, now I could live with this for a couple months. So I was hoping last week that they're going to continue it, and it looks like they are, because Mickie James did confront Alexa again this past week on Raw. So it seems like it's going to continue.
Yeah, I mean, I've liked her since she came back to NXT and fought Asuka. And then she kind of got shuffled in this stupid storyline with
SmackDown. She went to SmackDown. That was the problem
she had that stupid luchador gimmick with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah,
which I thought was really dumb.
It was really dumb. Why they brought her back as a heel was a terrible idea.
People wanted her back.
Yeah, people liked her. It's just weird that they brought her back as a heel. But now they moved her. She turned face shortly thereafter on SmackDown. They moved her to Raw, and now she's doing things on Raw, and it's been good. Like, as I said, I think we might be in line for a very short Mickie James title run. I could see her winning the title on a Raw and dropping it back to Alexa at a pay-per-view. They always do that shit. I would actually enjoy that. I think it would be like giving Mickie James her due. I think she deserves it.
Yeah, and now it seems like there's been a lot of reports, a lot of rumors, and a lot of misconceptions about the fact that Nia Jax has not been on Raw. She has, quote-unquote, stepped away from the limelight for a little while. There's been a lot of rumors and stuff, and it's hard for me to, comment on it because I don't know exactly what's right. And I don't want to be like that guy who's like, well, fuck, she want to fucking... She wants money and shit. She thinks she's so great because she fucking rocks cutting. I don't want to be that kind of guy because, I'm sure there's more to it, and it can't just always be the fact that I don't know, just something about it doesn't seem right. And I don't know. Have you heard anything, Craig, about any of this Nia Jax?
There was an update about Nia Jax that came out this morning, and that basically all the reports of her being frustrated and walking out on the company was completely made up and fabricated. And the real rumor is that she asked for time off to be off television for a couple weeks while she wasn't involved in a major program. Now, if she was involved in the women's title program, she wouldn't have done it. But because she knew she wasn't going to be in a program, she asked for some time off. She's just like, all right, I'm not really doing anything right now. Is it okay if I take some time off? And they said yes. So,
a little burnt out or something?
Yeah, a little burnt out. From what I read, she's going to be on she'll probably be one of the members of the Survivor Series team.
Oh, okay.
That's what I read this morning. So it sounds like it's much to do about nothing.
Right, Christopher Cruz is saying she needs a reset. And that's fine. Everybody needs a reset.
That happens all the time in wrestling.
Alexa Bliss says that she took a couple of resets when she was in NXT. It happens, it's okay.
I wish she could reset her wrestling knowledge, too. She's bad. She's really
and
bad.
her wrestling moveset.
Yeah, and her, weight. Sorry. Is that fat shaming? I think that's fat shaming.
You are fat shaming her. You're gonna get the libtards on you,
dude.
bitch.
She can't fucking move half the time. She's like the slowest worker in the company.
Well, I can see like there are big guys out there that are fat, like Kevin Owens or something like that, that can move around and do fucking flippity shit. But her leg drop is so bad. Like, her Samoa drop is so bad.
She has some of the worst... She has, like, one of the worst movesets in wrestling. She does a leg drop. She literally gets no air. No air whatsoever. She does that move that you and me hate the most, where she just runs into a person with, like, her hands up.
Bounces somebody.
It's
fuck? That's not a move!
It's a tits line. It's a tits line. It's horrible. It never looks good.
Tits line.
It looks like she stumbled into somebody, like you're like walking down an aisle, like
no,
and you're not paying.
Sorry.
Like that's what her moves look like.
Only she did it aggressively. She's like, "Fuck you." I'm getting that fucking big pound of cheese balls at Walmart, bitch. That's it. It's mine, bitch. No, but it's a stupid move.
Very
terrible.
Stupid. Very stupid.
Yeah, so whatever. We wish her the best of luck. I hope you have a lot of time off so I don't see you on television. Fuck it, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, Chris Surratt. Thanks for tuning in. I think we lost him.
We love you, Chris Surratt.
So back to TLC. Kalisto defended the WWE Cruiserweight Championship against Enzo Amore. Kalisto Mysterio.
Did he become the new Cruiserweight Championship, although he was already the Cruiserweight Championship?
He became the championship.
Whoa.
Remember, he is physically now the championship.
He's purple?
Belt. He's purple now.
Oh, cool.
Oh my god.
He's got blue balls.
I think me and Fred said this was a pretty fucking predictable match. And Enzo won the title back. It made sense. This was a very short match. It was eight minutes or so. We were talking about it, man. It fucking made sense. He needed to win the title back. He has been so good as a heel.
He's so good.
And then, they did this match the next day on Raw. Like, they're obviously they're gearing up for some Survivor Series Cruiserweight match, which is fine. They're doing like...
Are they?
Yeah, dude. They're doing...
right. They're doing like Enzo and the heels versus the faces.
Yeah, they had fucking names for both teams, too, which really fucking annoyed me. The Zoe Train was Enzo's team. And Fred, our favorite thing, Team Lucha Lucha.
Oh, no. It isn't a team without a team in front of the name.
It's not Survivor Series unless team is in the team name. They do this every fucking year. Why couldn't they just be like Los, I don't know, Los, like Lucha Luchas or something?
Yeah, like Lucha Lucha.
Or just Lucha Lucha. Why couldn't it be Lucha Lucha? No, it had to be Team Lucha Lucha. Fuck you.
Back in I was reviewing 1994 Survivor Series, and like their names were awesome. They had Money, like Ted DiBiase's team was called Money Inc.
Right.
I don't know why this was the case, but Shawn Michaels' team was called the Teamsters. I don't understand.
Whatever, it's a team name.
They're not like part of the mafia. I don't get the.
Imagine if they called
Teamsters.
Imagine they called them Team Teamsters though.
Yeah, like Team Teamsters.
That's what they would have done now.
Like the Razor Ramon's team. Guess what they were called? The Bad Guys.
Nice.
Right? Doesn't that make sense? Whatever. Like it all made sense. Like Doink's team was called Doinks or Us. Like whatever. That's a stupid name. But
terrible.
Like,
but
it was a name. It wasn't called Team Doinks or Us. We know they're a team, people. We know they're a team. We don't have to call them team.
Teamsters isn't a mafia. They're a fucking union. They're a trucking union.
Right? Mafia related. Give me that.
Yeah, whatever.
Give me that. Thank you. I'm from New York.
So anyway, that seems like they're going to do some kind of Survivor Series match with the Cruiserweights. It'll be fun.
Whatever.
They had a fun match. They basically did the match already, but it wasn't a Survivor Series match. They did a 10-man tag match on Raw. I forget the members of both teams. It's Enzo, Drew Gulak, Noam Dar. Who else are the heels on that? I can't even find
Drew Gulak, Noam Dar.
Oh,
Davari. Davari.
There's one more.
Tony Nese.
Yeah, against the Lucha Lucha team, which is Kalisto, Grand Metalik, what's that fucking guy?
Mustafa Ali.
We always forget his fucking name. Mustafa Ali.
So Kalisto, and there's Cedric Alexander. Rich
Cedric
Swann.
and Rich Swann, right? Thank you.
Yeah. What was I saying?
So,
Jimmy Hoffa, Fred. They call me Freddie the Gent. Okay, so shut up. I'm an Irishman.
Oh, you fucking cunt. So yeah, I mean, it seems like that's what they're gearing up for.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, you
Shut
fucking
the
cunt.
fuck up.
Look at this motherfucker.
Look at this motherfucker.
This fucking ass can't even fucking read, this illiterate cunt. They need to get Conor McGregor on WrestleMania this year. That would be so fucking amazing.
Did you see the weigh-in for the Conor McGregor
Yes,
fight?
the one in Toronto.
Okay, the coolest and the most awkward moment ever is Conor McGregor having this huge-ass boner while he's facing, like, squared off against Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
Did you see that?
I didn't notice he had a boner.
Dude, how can you not see that? There's like he had a huge-ass Johnson sticking out of his pants.
Because, Fred, I'm never looking at a guy.
Dude, no. It has nothing to do with that.
This isn't a gimmick thing? This is like a real thing?
Yeah, I swear to God. It was, like, right there. Right. Maybe I have a small TV. I don't know.
Or maybe a huge TV.
Maybe my TV's not aligned. I don't know.
Yeah, it was the levels, man. Yeah, it was totally.
My level of a TV, like, it gets cut off at the waistline. So I didn't mean to. It's like old television. I just don't want to fix it, though.
Anywho,
I just want to fix it.
So we had our dream match between Finn Balor and AJ Styles. The Demon Finn Balor versus AJ Styles.
Did he dress up like a pumpkin?
He did not dress up like a pumpkin. He just did his normal demon with the red face paint and stuff.
He wasn't
we didn't really mention the fact last week on our preview show that he was still going to do the demon gimmick. You know what I mean? You know, like we didn't.
Well, we didn't think he was going to be the demon now.
Well, they did announce that it was going to be the demon, but we just never talked about it. We just said it's Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. This will be awesome.
Oh,
but we never fucking talked about it was the demon. And
because I was pissed that Sister Abigail was out of the fucking match.
You're the only person in the world.
Whatever, man. I mean, it's whatever, dude.
It's whatever, dude.
I think that people are fucking loco.
All right. That's all you had there?
No, but I think people are loco because it was a fucking great storyline. It sucks that he got meningitis because I loved Sister Abigail. He was really good. I liked Sister Abigail.
You like Sister Abigail?
I did. Because it was a... Look it. Do I need to explain this one more time, or do I need to, stop?
Yeah, no, what the hell? We have time.
Okay, you think... Okay. Quickly. Bray Wyatt, Sister Abigail. Two different people, right? So we thought.
But we never saw Sister Abigail, so the idea was that she was dead because Randy Orton burned her dead remains.
Correct.
So the idea was that her character was dead. So we never thought that, hey, he could fucking embody her in his spirit and become her. So because that doesn't make sense, because that's not a thing that fucking happens.
So, let's say I was going on a date with Sister Abigail, right? And I'm like, oh my god, this is Sister Abigail. She's fucking gorgeous. She's a great woman. But then I found out that it was Bray Wyatt. I'm like, oh, dude. I thought you were a girl, but you're really Bray Wyatt. That's like a fucking mind fuck right there. And I'll let you know right now, I ain't opposed to it. Even though I should. But that's another thing to talk about later.
Oh, wow.
Corey's not watching.
So much to digest there.
Corey's not watching.
Corey's dead.
Corey's dead to me.
No, I killed Corey.
You killed Corey.
Are you okay?
I mean, you could have consulted with me first.
Oh, I need to consult with murdering somebody who abused you and sexually harassed you?
I mean, okay. Right.
I thought I was doing a good thing as a friend.
Right. Well, okay.
You're always accusing me of not being a good friend and busting your balls.
That's true. You were, majority of the time, you were a horrible friend.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But then you try to do a good thing, only to find out that you're even kind of weird and demented. Because, I thought that, well, okay, give me.
Let me collect the thoughts here.
How to explain this?
Probably fucked up on Oxy.
Probably am fucked up on Oxy. How to explain this all in one sentence? I can't, because our love is more than a sentence. It's like a sonnet. But, I loved Corey before I knew that she had balls,
Okay.
I mean, can't you blame a guy for trying to find love in all the wrong places?
Can't I, or can I?
Can you blame me?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay.
So, Finn Balor took on AJ Styles at TLC.
So live life on the edge, then.
The demon Finn Balor took on AJ Styles in a singles match. This was a good match. Did you actually catch this match? Yeah.
Of course I watched this match. What are you fucking stupid? What are you fucking gay?
I can't believe you could just throw out a fucking phrase like that. Like, what are you, gay? After all the shit that you've said on this fucking podcast.
Dude, I'm super heterosexual.
What's the other word for heterosexual, Fred?
Homosexual.
No, what's the other word?
Oh, straight.
His face turned a little purple.
I didn't.
Fred's the guy that has a strap on a headband. Dude, you're nearly gay. You were just fucking with that Ishi.
What the?
No.
So many things I need to defend on this show. I'm never letting anybody know about my personal life again.
Fred, you divulged this information of your own free will. There's nobody with a gun to your head telling you to tell me about your personal life. How many times do we go into the Wretched Wrestling podcast and am I talking about my personal life?
Never.
Exactly.
I wish you would, but you never do.
No. Well, you want to know? I go to work every day, and I come home, spend time with my family. That's my life, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you
I record this podcast on a Friday night.
Well, that's a lot to digest.
What's to digest?
Pizza.
I had pizza last night.
Dude. I really want some pizza right now, actually.
Moving on. Yeah.
Oh, we're drunk today.
So the Wretched Wrestling podcast.
Plug that in, by the way.
Oh shit! Good call.
Better plug that in. I don't want to get fucking. Look at that. There's no battery left on the podcast.
It's got 32%, motherfucker.
But there's a lot of shit we got to get into.
I mean, what are we looking at on time here? We're about 35
Chris
minutes.
Cruz says you have a good life, Craig.
Thanks, man.
So do I. With a little hiccups here and there. But like that, you know.
That's what your hiccups sound like? Oh, you got me. You fucking got me. Right as I took a fucking swig of beer.
I'm loving this episode already.
It's already terrible.
No, that's good.
AJ Styles and Finn Balor had their match. People online were saying, like, match of the year, and I'm like, it was good. It was good, right? It was.
Yeah, unless you, like, want to suck Finn Balor's dick. Like, no, dude.
Like anti-social Kim?
Yeah, like that fucking girl.
That fucking
girl. No, I don't want to make fun of her. I know she's a Finn Balor fan.
Well, she's always talking about,
I respect her for that. She's supposed to meet her on Sunday?
What?
She's supposed to meet Finn Balor on Sunday.
Oh, my God.
I seriously... Okay,
she's
Kim Social, if you're actually listening to this...
She's gonna fucking rape him.
No, seriously, if you do, please do us a favor and, like, give him your number.
If I get confused with He-She's.
I do. Fuck! Can you flash him or something? Or, like, do something funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, touch his dick or something like that.
And prove to us that it really happened.
Yeah. Picture don't count.
Yeah, prove to us it happened. Like,
I'm dead serious. You should actually do something.
You should actually
cool
do something. Yeah, we get you a nice Twitter following. We'll retweet it for you.
Yeah. I'll mention it every fucking day.
Flash flood warning from Mr. PWO. Yes, exactly, yes.
Yeah, her fucking vagina is going to fucking flood the goddamn East Coast.
Gushing. So let's talk about AJ Styles and Finn Balor match. It was a very good match. It was a very good match. Probably the best match on the card.
Easily.
Wrestling-wise. Not storyline. But at the same time, I kind of was... Maybe it's because I built it up in my head over the course of 2 fucking days, but I thought this was going to be a 5-star clinic, like John Cena versus AJ Styles, and it ended up not being that way, and it ended up being just a solid match. I don't know. What did you think of it, Fred?
I think it was fine for what it was. In my mind, I thought it was an exhibition match. I was not expecting a 5-star classic, so I was not let down. I thought it was going to be a solid 4-star, 3.5 to 4-star matchup. There was no build to it. There's more. There's room for it to build. You know what I'm saying?
Big Haw says yes. AJ carried Cena in every match they had. Yes, I agree he did. But their SummerSlam match last year was one of the best matches of the last 10 years. It was absolutely amazing.
I would say that was the match of the year. So far.
That was last SummerSlam.
Oh, I'm talking about Royal Rumble. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about last SummerSlam, not the one that just passed.
Yeah. But their Royal Rumble match, I think, would be match of the year candidate.
Yeah, no, that would definitely be up there.
I think that Royal Rumble match was better than AJ and Finn Balor.
Christopher Cruz on Facebook is saying, he was underwhelmed with the Styles Balor match. It was good, but I wanted more. They are 2 of the best in WWE, and it was just okay. I totally agree, man. Totally agree.
For me, it was an exhibition match.
Yeah.
I was expecting some good action, some good spots, some good reversals, some good little moves. That was pretty much it. I wasn't expecting anything my dick to fucking fly through the roof or anything like that. You know what I mean? That's saved for WrestleMania or something.
Yeah, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that Beast in the East show they did in Japan last year, where they had just random matches, and they did Jericho versus Neville. Do you remember that? And it was just a random Jericho wasn't in wrestling at that time. He just came back for that one Japan show.
Right.
And he had a random match with Neville. It was really fucking good.
Yeah.
And that's what it kind of reminded me of. But it was just no build. Let's just have a wrestling match. It's not going to be a fucking 5-star classic. It's not going to be a 40-man fucking, whatever.
Standoff, whatever. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But it was good. It was good, but I want more. And if they do it again, I think it'll be better with a little bit of build and a little bit more time. Because they gave it 18 minutes, which is a lot of time, but it's not probably the amount of time that it needed. Another 5 minutes, I think it would have been maybe a match of the year candidate.
Well, that's the genius of the match, Craig. Because it's going to want, like you said, you wanted more. It leaves you wanting more. Because this TLC match is not going to be the last time they fight each other.
Hopefully. You never know, though.
They have always been kind of in different paths, on SmackDown, on Raw, New Japan, NXT, blah, blah, blah. When they actually do get into a real program, that's when things are really going to amp up.
Big Hoss says there was a big pop for that match, too. No, there was. The crowd was really into it. Of course, though. I mean, how could they not be into it?
They could have, not tried and done a great match.
They did the fucking Too Sweet thing at the end of the match. I kind of knew that was coming, but, still
Bullet Club reference.
Cool moment.
They were the first 2 founders of the Bullet Club.
Christopher Cruz is saying he was at the Royal Rumble this year, and the Cena Styles match was so much better than this match, and I agree. That's what Fred was saying as well. Mm-hmm. There was an impromptu Jason Jordan versus Elias match.
I did not catch this.
It was okay. I mean, it was just random, fucking random.
I just heard that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Jordan got a face pop from this.
I don't remember, man. I don't remember. I watched it and I couldn't fucking tell you a goddamn thing about it. It makes sense that Jordan won though. He's their project right now to get him over.
Andrew Cubbage is saying, do you guys think it was better than any of the Okada Kenny Omega matches? Now, are you saying Finn Balor and Styles or Cena and Styles?
No, I think he's talking about Jason Jordan and Elias.
And gotta give it to Jordan, man.
I was gonna say Elias is he's 5-star written all over him.
I would say Elias Sampson is better than Okada. Straight up. Does Okada play a guitar?
No.
Does he come up and make fun of the crowd every week? And does he get interrupted every week?
No.
then there you go.
Does he sing a song every week?
No.
So
Elias Sampson is better.
Does he fucking kill people with a guitar? Did you see that on Raw this past week?
No.
They had a rematch the next night on Raw, and dude, fucking Elias fucking killed Jason Jordan with the guitar, just like he did with Finn Balor.
Yeah.
He fucking hit him in the side of the fucking arm, and his arm had this fucking, like, welt right on the fucking, like, on his, like, right on his bicep. Oh my god, it looks so fucking painful.
They need to stop that.
But no, they gotta keep doing it, because it's hilarious every fucking time he does it. Because when he does it, he fucking kills people. Like, it's like the only thing that they do right now that's fucking, like, hardcore. And, like, if it's fucking Elias doing it, then I'm all for it. I love Elias. I want to walk with Elias.
I want to walk with him.
You want to walk with him down the aisle. Boom!
I hate when I don't have a comeback.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing. You grimy fuck.
Nothing.
You fucking hate you.
Greasy Randy.
Don't say that.
Sorry, I brought up Mr. Leahy. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Mr. Leahy.
Don't kiss the mic this time. That's gonna sound so fucking weird on the audio.
Did anyone see the kiss I had on the last episode? I literally don't know what I'm gonna do, so I decided to kiss into the microphone.
He kissed the cat. He kissed the microphone as the show was ending.
Yeah, it's all good.
So check out episode 64.
RJ, thank you for the what's it called? The
liquor.
The recommendation for Jack Daniel's Tennessee liquor.
He got it out there.
I know. I've been to Nashville twice. I've been to Memphis once, and I'm saying I like this stuff. Tennessee, honey. Yeah.
Christopher Cruz says nobody hits better with a guitar than Double J. That's very true, but he's in rehab right now, so...
Yeah, he's slapping his nuts in the rehab center. That's fucking crazy that Jeff Jarrett is going through that right now. Right?
It is.
Because he was like super hardcore Christian guy.
Was he? I didn't even know.
Yeah, he was like he's
slap nuts.
No, it's okay. No, he's like really part of like a ministry and all that stuff. So
I had no fucking
not
idea.
the ministry with the Undertaker, but like a
real
real ministry. That's like Shawn Michaels being like, "Hey guys, I'm addicted to meth now." Like, what the fuck?
Where the fuck did that come from?
Where the fuck did that come
You
from?
fucking cunt. I'm a little drunk.
I'm not drunk.
All right, we should talk. Now it's time to talk about the main event of TLC. We're running out of time
It's
here.
the main event! We got plenty of time. What are you talking about?
No, but we have other shit to talk about, too.
All right,
well, we should move along.
All right.
So, originally scheduled was supposed to be the Shield versus the 5 members of the other team. But as we talked about, Roman Reigns was out sick with the mumps, and replaced by your Olympic gold medalist and your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, making his WWE return after 11 years.
It's damn true.
This was... This was obviously the longest match on the card.
It was a long-ass match.
35 fucking minutes. You can do that when you have fucking, 7 guys in the fucking match, or 8 guys.
9, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, it's 8. But I was so fucking angry from the get-go because Kurt Angle did not make his own entrance. I wanted Kurt Angle, the Kurt Angle I know, the Kurt Angle with the pointing up into the sky with a fucking singlet, and he pulls it down and put on the ankle lock, you know what I mean? I wanted that Kurt Angle. What do we get? We get Kurt Angle wearing fucking Roman Reigns Shield bullshit. He's wearing a fucking SWAT team shit, and he comes out with the Shield, so we don't even get his fucking theme song. And he wrestles the whole fucking TLC match against The Miz, Cesaro, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Kane in the fucking Shield gear. I can't explain to you how disappointing this was for me. It was such, a minor thing that shouldn't have meant anything to me. But it did, because it was annoying. And, even in the promos, when they showed the replacement, That Kurt Angle is like subbing in. All they were showing were Kurt Angle's wrestling achievements, and guess what he's doing in every single one of them? He's coming out. He's wearing his wrestling singlet. He's wearing the red, white, and blue, pointing to the sky, winning championships, doing all this shit. Even in the fucking still photo they used of him, he's wearing his singlet. But no, he came out with the fucking Shield. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit, man? Like, this is so fucking lame.
The whole thing was very last minute.
It's
all right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it that.
Sure.
I know you didn't like it that much. I didn't really care as much as you did. I didn't care as much as you did. I just was. I don't know. Okay, here's my thinking going into the match. Be honest with you, that I didn't think that Kurt Angle was gonna do much to begin with because it was announced 2 days before.
Yeah.
And I knew that
he was a TLC match.
I mean, he was in a fucking TLC match.
Right.
He wasn't fighting like Triple H or something. He was in a TLC match. So my expectations were very low. Very, very low.
It's hard to keep my expectations low when it's fucking Kurt Angle.
I got that. Because, I expected him to wrestle maybe at WrestleMania, and they were going to do the whole shebang with the whole music and the whole celebration and all that stuff. Listen, I know that a lot, I get it. It's not the right... It was not my first choice to have Kurt Angle back in that capacity.
In a weird match like that. Yeah, I agree.
Agree. Now that I'm thinking about it, right? Who could have been in that Kurt Angle spot besides Daniel Bryan? Let's take Daniel Bryan out of that mix. And Shane McMahon. Okay. Let's take that out. Who would have been a good... Okay, we could have potentially said Jason Jordan, right?
Sure.
But he would have got booed out the fucking building.
Yeah, of course.
Then you have... I mean, who else do you have? You already had AJ Styles. You already had Finn
One of the
Balor.
rumors was that they contacted Chris Jericho to do this spot, but he wasn't available.
So, okay, that would have been cool, actually. That would have been even weirder with him coming out to the fucking Riot Shield.
Andrew Cover just saying Curtis Axel. That would have been the worst replacement ever.
It would have been. Sami Zayn had already fucking turned heel. Shane McMahon was already out of commission.
Triple H, Mr. PWO said.
Oh, God.
But, no. Okay, so they...
Alright, whatever. So we got past that, right?
They did the standard thing, like, where, okay, he got beat up and he got taken out of the ring, right? He got removed
Correct.
from the match. Everybody knew he was going to come back. And, like, I was theorizing while it was happening. I'm like, alright, this time... He's going to come out with his Olympic gold, his Olympic gimmick with the red, white, and blue. His theme song's going to hit. He's going to get a massive pop, and he's going to come save. He's going to help win the match for them. And, his theme song hits midway through the match. I'm like, fuck yeah, here we go, baby! And he's still wearing the Shield shit. I'm like, God damn it, man! Come on! Fucking bullshit!
The whole match was a clusterfuck.
It was a clusterfuck. It was good. It was good. Let's not say it was bad. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't like a good wrestling match.
No, it was very gimmicky. Very gimmicky.
There were parts that dragged. There were parts that were fun.
Oh, well, we didn't even talk about the heel aspect of this. Like, the heel... We've been talking about the Shield and Kurt Angle.
Let's talk about that part.
Let's talk about the fucking heel side of it. So... Like, yeah, the match really got way out of hand once they started making their way up the entrance ramp. And they brought out a fucking garbage truck. For whatever reason. They just had one ready. Because, there's always a garbage truck in a wrestling event, right?
Right, yeah.
They just have them parked there.
There's tons of garbage after a wrestling pay-per-view.
I mean, it is garbage product that we watch, but... and for whatever reason, they decide, we're gonna kill the Shield. We're gonna throw them in there. And for whatever reason, I don't even remember how this started, but Kane and Braun Strowman started having some dissension. They started fighting each other.
For whatever reason.
I don't even remember how it started. But it basically took over the second half of the match, where then Kane literally killed Braun Strowman. And he chokeslammed him through the stage. The stage had their fucking TLC props all set up, and he pulled this string and all the chairs fell down and killed Braun. Whatever. Braun got up like a monster that he is, and then he threw him in the fucking dump truck and killed him. He killed him. Like, I'm supposed to believe that Kane, a guy running for mayor, by the way, is murdering another human being.
The whole murdering aspect was fucking ridiculous.
It was fucking ridiculous. And then the announcers
show back up before Survivor Series.
And then the announcers trying to humanize Braun Strowman as it's happening. It's like, no, guys, that there's a human being inside that. Like, Like, what was Kane thinking? Like, the Michael Cole, seriously.
He's a monster. What the fuck you think he's thinking?
I'm just... as the match wore on, I was getting more and more frustrated. Again, it was fun.
I didn't like that part because it was so unbelievable. It was so unbelievable, like, in aspect, you know? So, whatever, you know? And then there was a lot of filler where, like, they were just beating up on Dean and Seth, and there was a lot of filler where, like, no one was really doing anything. That kind of part sucked and whatever. Can we also talk about the fact that Booker T is fucking awesome as a heel commentator? He was ripping on Cole and Corey about how stupid Kurt Angle was and how stupid Dean and Seth were for making this happen. He's like, these guys are stupid. Don't even think that, man. Like, he was ripping, and everyone's like, no, you gotta give it to them. They have strength and courage. He's like, no, they're stupid. He was great on this match. He's an unsung hero in this match.
I wanted to talk about Booker T last week, but we ran out of time and I forgot about it.
He was great in this match.
But, like, him and Corey Graves had the funniest fucking, like, encounter 2 weeks ago where, like, and, like, he's like, no, I don't like it. And Corey Graves just started fucking laughing, and you could tell it was real, because he's like, wait a minute, Booker, what the fuck are you talking about? And Booker's like, no, I don't like it. I don't think it's stupid. He's like, what? You don't think this is like a normal thing to do? And you could tell.
With what?
I don't even remember what the context was, but you have to go back and listen to it because like Booker said something completely ridiculous. And Corey Graves just started laughing and confronting him about it. And Booker T had no fucking response for it. And it's so fucking funny when Booker T doesn't know what to say next. Because you know what he's capable of saying. We're coming for you.
Son.
Yeah. So you know what Booker T is capable of saying off the rip. So
my homie.
He's been so good. By the way,
he just was like
unsung hero of the year is David Otunga for going to do that movie and then never coming back.
Thank you for
doing that movie. So Booker T became the full-time announcer.
Yes, thank you. Fucking.
Woo!
And Booker T fucking made that match, but he was believable in that match. He was saying how these guys were fucking stupid for putting themselves in this situation. And they're totally right.
He's right.
They're totally right.
Totally right.
I could totally understand the heel version of Booker T saying this. And, you know, Cole and Graves were trying to defend themselves, but they just looked fucking weak. You know, it was a total Booker T was great. So anyway, it comes to a point where Dean and Seth are getting their asses, torn apart by, at this point, 4 people. Because Braun is now in
Braun's dead.
You know, he's fucking Shredder in Ninja Turtles movie number 1. For fuck's sake.
2 under the bridge.
No, well, I'm saying he got in the... the first movie he got thrown in by Splinter to the trash compactor.
Oh, I was talking about 2.
And then he comes back in 2.
No, I was talking about 2 when they collapsed an entire fucking...
Bridge
on him.
Like
a boardwalk on him.
A boardwalk on him.
Yeah. And then he came back. By the way, that was Kevin Nash.
That was Kevin Nash. Didn't tear his square in that match.
Yeah, and he didn't call it Wretched.
No.
I'm sure he called it Wretched.
Fuck you, Kevin Nash.
Fuck you, Kevin Nash, you illiterate cunt.
Yeah, you fucking douche. Go make Magic Mike fucking 3. Anywho, comes a point where finally Kurt Angle's music, the real music hits. He comes down, he's hurt, he's battered, but he is not done, people. He is... he's following the 3 I's. Intensity, integrity, and intelligence.
That was the best part of the match, the last 5 minutes when he came back.
The last 5 minutes. That was the payoff, and that was what we all wanted to see.
And he ended up getting the pinfall, helped him and the Shield win.
And for a second, I really thought that The Miz, when he hit Kurt Angle with the skull-crushing finale... I really thought he was going to pin him 1, 2, 3.
Did he kick out of that, or
he kicked out?
He kicked out, nice.
In his usual 2.99999 fucking pin that he usually does.
Now, I know I complained about the fact that he didn't come out to his normal gimmick, but I'm kind of okay with it now in retrospect because now they can save the real Kurt Angle for his next match at WrestleMania, which would make sense. So,
the send-off.
In retrospect, I'm okay with it, but in the moment when I was so into Kurt Angle, I was drinking too when I finally watched. I was drinking,
just
so
like
yes, like that.
Remember elbows. Funny. Oh, I won't tell the story.
Dude, you're white, man.
Yeah. This part of my arm is white. Funny story.
I only noticed.
I went on a date a couple months ago and found out that Craig was very good friends with this girl.
Oh my
After
God.
3 hours of talking to this girl, I mentioned the fact finally that I liked wrestling. And she's like, wait a minute. do you know Craig Dixon? And I go, yeah. Well. So it all turns out that her mom is best friends with Craig's aunt.
My aunt, yes.
Who Craig has known this girl
I've known
forever.
I won't say her name.
Janice. Her name is Janice.
Janice. Her name is Janice.
Janice.
I've known her since I've been 5 years old, and I literally grew up with her throughout our 20s, pretty much. So, and I went on a lot of vacations with her, so I know her very well. We've hung out a lot. And the fact that Fred went on a blind date with this girl was the most fucking random thing. Like, Long Island you think is this really small place because it's long but short, but no, Long Island's huge. It's big.
It is pretty huge.
It has a bigger population than a couple states, okay? So Long Island is huge. The fact that this happened, completely random, and Fred went on a date with somebody that I grew up with,
yes,
and knows me knows me to a fault. This was very random. I don't know why we're talking about this.
I'm still convinced you guys hooked up, and that's why. I digress.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
What the fuck?
No, we didn't. No.
You never made out with her?
Come
on, just tell me.
No, not really. No, not really.
Not really?
No. We were like 7 years old. Like people. You guys should kiss. One of those things.
Okay,
yeah. Because we were like family friends, pretty much.
Oh, you guys should blow each other.
What?
You guys are so cute. You should blow each other.
Oh my god.
So at the end of the day, they did their finishing moves onto the Miz. They signaled for the triple power bomb. They got it. 1, 2, 3. Everybody goes home happy.
Yep.
So let's talk about the next night on Raw.
Yeah, dude. Next night on Raw. Who gives a shit about what else happened? The end of the show started with Kurt Angle was about to announce. They started announcing some. Let's go through the Survivor Series matches that they did announce.
Kurt Angle comes out to the ring to discuss the Survivor Series matches.
So he announced
what we have.
Yeah, so they made it official. Brock Lesnar will be facing Jinder Mahal. The two main champions of the show will face each other at Survivor Series. The Raw Women's Champion will face the SmackDown Women's Champion, so it's Alexa Bliss versus Natalya. Yep. The Raw Tag Titles, Raw Tag Champions will face the SmackDown Tag Champions, the Usos versus the Shield. Intercontinental Champion, The Miz will face U.S. Champion Baron Corbin. Then they announced there will be two traditional Survivor Series matches. I think there'll be a third one if they do the Cruiserweight title. They're going to do a Raw Women's one. And they're going to do a Raw vs. SmackDown Women's one and a Raw vs. SmackDown Men's one. Now,
let's get to this question at the end.
You want to talk about that? You want to take some questions here?
At the end.
All right,
we'll talk about Under Siege quickly.
All right, so Kurt Angle at the end of the show was about to announce the members of the Raw roster who will take on Team SmackDown in a 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match. But before he could even get started, Shane McMahon came into the ring, kind of Shield-ish, which was kind of like, I'm like, why do you have to come through that way? Like, I get it's like an invasion.
You know.
But I'm like, it's like the Shield just came back. Let this be the Shield's thing right now. But whatever, they didn't. So they come through the crowd. The entire SmackDown roster, most of them are there. They surround the ring. Kind of looks like they're going to jump Kurt Angle, which they don't. Kurt Angle basically runs like a pussy, which I was like, why are they doing this the night after he won his first match?
Well, I think he was like trying to check on backstage.
Yeah.
I don't think he was running. Well, whatever.
And anyway, so Shane McMahon says, "Go get him, Team Blue," and SmackDown goes backstage and they just basically ransack the Raw roster and basically jump them, take them all out. They like took out Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews.
Why didn't you know the difference between them, bro?
They're both bald.
Fair enough.
It's your gimmick.
I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Titus O'Neil.
You know, they took out a bunch of jobbers. They took out, like, Matt Hardy.
Jason Jordan.
There was some other guy. Kurt Hawkins.
Kurt Hawkins.
The women were more prominent. You know, all the women
Sasha Banks, Mickie James, Bayley.
Yeah.
And...
You know, like, Emma ran away. You know, other people. Alicia Fox ran away. And they basically... it was a complete... like, invasion of Raw from SmackDown. Now, Fred, what were your thoughts on this? Because I have my thoughts, and I want to share them, but, like, you know I'm going to talk. That's what I do. So I want to hear your thoughts first.
Well, first, can we just get out of the way that there's a very popular meme coming out of this whole thing that Natalya grabs Zack Ryder's dick?
She did.
By accident.
But
if you watch the whole thing, she didn't really grab his junk.
Yeah, somebody just...
I watched
perfect screen grab.
It was a perfect screen grab of Zack Ryder just looking down like, oh. It's fucking funny as shit. Nonetheless, yeah, it didn't seem so like... I don't know. Do I hate it? No. I thought it was a little playful... I don't know. I don't want to come up to... I really don't have a right word for it because I'm drunk, but, like... I don't know. It did its job. It did its job, I guess.
So, wait.
I like the way they held Kurt Angle like an 80-year-old, you know, like...
Well, let me ask you a question, Fred. Did you not like this because it was, like, so random? Because...
No, I thought it was perfect. They fired the first shot.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't a friendly competition. Like, hey, we're just doing this to do this. Like, they did that last year. Last year, it was just like, hey, we're doing these matches, ha ha ha. And this year, it was done like, nah, we're gonna fuck you guys up. So I thought it was a good idea.
That's okay. Now, this is the point I wanted to make. 'Cause I wanted to hear your opinion before mine because
I don't really have an opinion. I just thought it was done well.
Okay. Again, yeah, I agree. It was done. Very well. Very well. See, this is the issue I've had with these Raw versus SmackDown confrontations. They did it with the original brand split. Mm-hmm. And they've tried to do this. They did this last year with Survivors, too. They did a lot of Raw versus SmackDown matches. But the problem with these confrontations of Raw versus SmackDown is that everybody who watches wrestling is a fan of both shows because you like guys on one show and you like guys on the other show. So you have no real allegiance to either show. What I liked about this is that it kind of set up SmackDown to be the heels going into Survivor Series as a whole versus Raw because they just basically attacked them for no fucking reason. And, like, if you watch Raw... They were getting booed when they came back out to the ring, like, and they basically dragged Kurt Angle back to the ring, and then they left the ring and left Kurt Angle there just to stare there. Yeah. The crowd was booing because, like, they were pissed off that, like, they were at a Raw show. The crowd who was there was watching Raw, watching a bunch of SmackDown guys just basically, you know, run through the roster that they just watched all night. Yeah. So I thought it was really well done because they actually made me care about a Raw versus SmackDown thing, because otherwise, I mean, do you care about Raw versus SmackDown? Because I don't.
No, and there were many years where there was a lot of, during the year, there was a lot of interpromotional matchups, quote unquote, already. So when it came down to Survivor Series, it didn't really matter. I mean,
it has no meaning besides what.
And even back last year when there really wasn't much going on between Raw and SmackDown, it was the first year of the draft.
Right.
It really was kind of stupid. Do you remember James Ellsworth as one of the members of SmackDown?
Was he really?
He was.
I don't even remember.
Yes, I saw a picture of it the last day or two, so that's the only reason why I remember.
So dumb.
So it was stupid, but this is the first year that it actually matters.
Right.
So I'm okay with it.
That's the point I'm trying to make here, is that, like, I usually... I vented about Survivor Series a lot in the past, like that it's like an outdated pay-per-view. It doesn't have any meaning, especially if they do Raw vs. SmackDown. Because guess what? I watch both shows. Like I like certain aspects of both shows. I like some wrestlers on both shows. I hate some aspects of both shows. It is the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. So, like, what am I supposed to care about? Just, I'm supposed to root for good matches? Like, no, I want some rooting interest in this. And now that SmackDown just basically jumped them for no fucking good reason, like...
Yeah, there wasn't a good reason for it.
Like, now I want SmackDown to lose, and I'm rooting for Raw. And then the next night on SmackDown, like, everybody... And, like, even the announcers were building it up that, like, we're expecting Raw to have some kind of response here where we have extra security, where they're gonna jump us tonight, too. And then they didn't do it. I'm like, I'm kind of, like, really intrigued by where this is going now. Like...
Because you know they're gonna do it.
They're gonna do it, but I'm intrigued as to why they didn't do it this week. Like, what's the reason they didn't do it? Like, is Kurt Angle going to come out on Raw this week, and is he going to say, like...
Probably because it's obvious that they would maybe do it this
I'm thinking
week.
He's going to come out and say, like, no, I'm not going to stoop to their level. Like, I feel like he's going to go with that for a couple weeks before he eventually does it. But, like, they got to paint Kurt Angle in some, like, they got to make... If they're doing what it seemed like they're doing, where they're making SmackDown heel and Raw faces... Then, like, you gotta, like, not have Kurt Angle be, like, an asshole and just go, like, oh, send my troops in to kill him. Like, no, we're not Donald Trump here. We're gonna wait, and we're gonna make some decisions. We're gonna talk it over. We're gonna see how the roster feels about this. And maybe build it up over a couple weeks, and then, like, then the moment when Raw invades SmackDown, then the crowd's gonna lose their shit because they're looking forward to it now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because why would you do it the next fucking night?
No, there's no reason to.
Because that's going to totally... You got, like November 18th or 17th is Survivor Series. We got, like, a couple weeks away to go. There's no way to... we don't have to... let's delay this, you know? It's... You know, the best course of... The best move to, you know, to do right now is for Raw not to make a move right now.
Right.
If you were to think about it.
Yeah, you gotta book it long term. Like, maybe the week before Survivor Series is the time that this happens. And,
right.
And that would be the perfect time to do it. And, like, maybe they don't even get the upper hand when they invade them. Like, maybe SmackDown's ready for them. Because, you know, they kept saying SmackDown was ready for them this week, and they didn't come. And, like, I like how they kind of tease some dissension between Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. I don't know if you caught that. Like, Daniel Bryan was like, dude, I don't know why you did that, but... When they come attack us, the blood is on your hands. I'm like, I like where this is going. Like, I like the dissension between the two of them. I haven't really liked their interaction as commissioner and GM because, like, you know, they both faces, so they kind of come off as like, yeah, they're just buddies. Like, there should be some disagreements among them. You
got to think about the two characters. I mean, Daniel Bryan's like a more safe kind of character.
Yeah,
and. Shane McMahon is really more like a risk taker and a motherfucking, like, I'm gonna go get this motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he just threw himself off 20 feet off a hill in the Cell. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
No, you're totally right.
Daniel Bryan's more reserved. So, it is what it is. And there might be some dissension and whatever. At the end of the day, I think that SmackDown will lose.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that, you know, next week there's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens to determine who's going to be on the team.
I think Shinsuke is going to win that because I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn lost a...
I was hoping Kevin Owens would win, but...
Sami Zayn just lost a match to Randy Orton to be the first member of Team SmackDown.
No, Sami Zayn you said, right?
Yeah, Sami Zayn.
Okay, I thought you said
so Kevin Owens, also teammate of Sami Zayn, is now going to fight Shinsuke, so I feel like they're both going to lose and kind of be like, it's all Shane's fault. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, either way, I thought like maybe Kevin Owens was going to get involved somehow, but
yeah. The thing about these teams, though,
I don't know if Daniel Bryan's going
to
get involved. Honestly,
that's kind of where I wanted to go with this. Like, I kind of feel like Daniel Bryan's going to start siding with Raw, and I don't know how that happens, but like. There's a part of me, like, very, very low and very, like, kind of like, okay, this is never going to happen. But I was like, man, wouldn't it be great if this is how they get Daniel Bryan to go back in the ring and start a program with, like, Shane McMahon?
If he does, that'd be great.
Obviously, there's no certainty that will ever happen. WWE has constantly shot down any attempts of Daniel Bryan returning to the ring. But... Like,
Kurt Angle came back?
Kurt Angle came back, man. And Kurt Angle was like, 10 10 years ago, it looked like Kurt Angle was going to be the next wrestling death, right? I mean,
totally.
With the painkiller addiction, leaving wrestling, DWIs, going to TNA and basically taking like 11 painkillers a day or whatever he said he did.
Yeah, just insane amount. It's too early to tell. We got a couple weeks left. Anything can happen. I think the storyline's going to develop a little more.
Yeah.
That's just my early feeling of the thing. I think that Shane and Owen still have this fucking dissension between them, and I could totally see Kevin Owens fucking over Shane McMahon. But like I said, I gotta see what's going on with the show. And
yeah, there's always a potential they could have this Survivor Series match, and then like one guy fucks over his own team.
That happened in 2001.
Defects to the other team, so that's always a possibility. Like maybe that's how they get Kevin Owens on Raw. I don't know.
That happened at Survivor Series 2001. Kurt Angle fucked over the Alliance team.
We have a new recurring segment here in our hashtag Ask WWP segment, where you guys on Twitter can ask us our questions.
Did people actually ask us questions?
We did ask. We got a couple questions this week.
Okay.
The Curse Podcast asked us, when will Lesnar lose the title and who will he lose it to? I think it's pretty obvious, right?
Do it. Is that a real question?
No, I think that's a real question.
No, I'm just playing with you.
They're
guys.
Not a wrestling.
Thank you for the question.
They are not a wrestling podcast. So
thank you for the question.
Yes, thank you.
The long year rumor has been that he's going to keep the title until Roman Reigns beats him at WrestleMania, and at this point, it's going to happen.
It's happening.
It's happening. I don't see it.
Happening.
He's facing Jinder Mahal. I believe it's a non-title match, right?
Yes,
it's a non-title match. So whoever wins doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's meaningless.
Whoever, I don't know who, and then I think Finn Balor is supposed to face Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble, and Finn Balor will respectively lose, which is fine. And then going into it's all coming down to Roman Reigns, people. So that is the.
It's been gearing up to Roman Reigns for a long time. They've started the build last year. It's going to be Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns will be the one to take the title from Lesnar. I totally agree. I feel that, man. We have 3 questions from Mr. PWO. Number 1, who would you rather see at Mania, Roman and Brock or Finn and Brock? I mean, that's pretty obvious. Who would we rather? Finn Balor. Absolutely. That goes without saying. But as we just said, we know that's not happening. It's gonna be Brock and Roman. That's happening. That's happening. There's no arguing that that's happening, because it is.
I've accepted
as much as I want it to not happen, it is happening, guys.
Do you want any more Jack Daniels?
No, I'm good. Mr. PWO, who do you want to see as the next Yankees manager?
Oh, yeah, dude. What the fuck, man? I was going to post something on Facebook, but I was like, I don't want to post anything on Facebook. Joe Girardi gone? I'm really pissed about that.
I'm not.
Why? Because he made one fucking stupid mistake here and there in Game 2?
No.
Why?
No. Why? Because managers in baseball, and like not to go on too long of a riff here about baseball, but this is like, I could do it. But baseball, like managers have a shelf life. They have a shelf life.
I agree.
Before their message and their style runs out. Joe Girardi was a good manager. There's no doubt about it. He was
very good.
He was good. Good. I wouldn't say very good. I would say he's a good manager. He won a World Series in 2009 for the Yankees. Good for him. I personally think he rode the coattails of the Joe Torre years. Joe Torre won 4 World Series with the Yankees. Lost the job in 2008 when his contract expired. They didn't re-sign him. Brought in Joe Girardi. Joe Girardi wins it in his second year with the team. It's still his team. Who would I choose as a manager for the Yankees? Paul Heyman. He's the best manager. The best manager.
Excuse me! Advocate! For Aaron Jones! Reigning, defending World Series champions! Aaron Judge, sorry. Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones?
That's not even a person.
Any relation to Alex? No, I do think I think the Yankees will get a good manager. I'm not worried about that.
I mean, they will.
The Yankees are always good at finding a good one.
I would have given him one more year.
No, I totally disagree, because managers have contracts, and he would have wanted a multi-year contract. The Yankees have a budding team. They don't need a fucking lame duck manager who, by the way, has clashes with the with some of their young superstars. Him and Gary Sanchez don't get along. It's out there, man. I'm sorry, Gary Sanchez is more important than Joe Girardi or any manager for that.
I agree.
So you gotta go with something new every once in a while. And the last question from Mr. PWO: make up your own gimmick you'd use for yourself in the WWE. I've thought about this actually in the past because
I have, but on a local indie level.
On a local indie level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Based on so let's go with a local indie level. We don't have to go with WWE.
Okay. So like I've always thought that like if I was like wrestling like kind of like the Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx area, Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of the wrestlers there, a lot of the wrestling landscape there is mostly like Hispanic and stuff like that and whatever. So like I always thought that me as like a clear-cut like white guy, like a clear-cut like a white-collar guy as an accountant, right? I thought it would always be cool if like I kind of came up with this like Wall Street type of posse where like we just fucked over these like fucking gangsters.
You sure you want to use the word posse because you sound like the Main Street Posse.
Let's not go there. No, but seriously, like a group of like Wall Street-ish type of like white collar guys that like take advantage of the system. I always thought of myself like it would be cool if like I had like a group of that contrasting with like the Queens, Bronx, Brooklyn-ish. They're very like Latino and blue collar, and I think that would fit very well, especially with the landscape of our presidency and us being very like we would be like a very Republican kind of group. And stuff like that, where we support Donald Trump and we think that we're better than everybody else. I think that in that
racist. That's what
not racist, but like
I'm kidding.
No, I know I get what you're saying, but not racist, but like just above everybody, like in our minds, like
that sounds pretty racist too.
No, well, okay, fine, maybe we are slightly racist, whatever.
Okay.
Just always getting the upper hand on the Latino group, always getting the upper hand on, like, the lowlifes and stuff like that. All the guys that, like, guys like Amazing Red and the SAT, like, people like that, I mean, I think it makes sense. We're kind of like a Long Island crew, like the upper echelon of the Long Island, and stuff.
I can see that working.
And stuff, and, like making America great again, and stuff like that, and always beating down on those guys, like, just treating them like a piece of trash and stuff like that. I always thought that would be cool.
I've actually thought about this from time to time, because obviously when I was younger, I had aspirations to be a pro wrestler.
We did train a little bit, by the way.
We did actually do pro wrestling training. One time.
Your parents wouldn't sign the fucking release, so we couldn't take any bumps.
No, I just couldn't afford to do it. I was like 15 years old, and it was fucking like $400 a lesson or something ridiculous.
You ruined my dreams!
Yeah, I ruined it. You could have done it without me.
I didn't want to.
I always go back to when wrestlers say how did you make your gimmick work? And they always say it's just an extension. It's like an exaggerated version of myself. So I'm like, what would it be an exaggerated version of myself? And I'm like, well, I kind of always had like a fucking hair trigger with everything. Like, I am like, you know me, I'm quick trigger. Like, when I get angry, I'm fucking angry really, like, right off the bat. So I kind of feel like my gimmick would have been something along the lines of, like, I don't want to say, like, somebody who gets, like, insanely angry all the time, because that's, like, half of the wrestlers. But, like, somebody who gets, like, offended by, like, the most, like nonchalant, like, comment and just, like, start a feud over that. Like somebody be like, hey man, that was a really good match. Like I say, like I lost a match, but like, hey man, it was a good showing there. I'd be like, what the fuck do you mean about that? What do you mean there's no show? I got you. Hold me back. Like that would be my gimmick. I'd just be like, I'd be really angry all the time and always wanting to fight somebody. But I'd also
sensitive.
Also in my actual, physical appearance, that I'm also 5'6", I'm being a little facetious. And so I know I'm gonna lose. Like it'd probably be a jobber gimmick because I'm short. So like I know like I'd have like this like I'd fight anybody, but I'd get my ass kicked because I don't know any better. Like that would be my gimmick. So that would be my wrestling.
That was like kind of your gimmicking as Calypso in the Backyard Brawls Association.
That's right.
Like our group is like you just always had that fighting spirit.
I had the fighting spirit, and I would get my ass kicked by John Hanley every fucking time. R.I.P. John.
Yeah. So no, but it's true though. Like you always had that instinct in you and stuff and whatever, and it always kind of
but I think it would be more
with your character. In
BBA, it was a little more of a serious character because I was like the figurehead of the company. But like if I ever went like pro or even like indie, it would be more of like a joke. Kind of a joke thing because like I'm small, like I know I'm a short guy. I'm not going to be a John Cena in WWE. So it would be, if I'm anything, I'm an enhancement talent, and I would try to be funny, kind of like Santino Marella. That would be what I would do. And we have a couple questions from Christopher Cruz on Facebook. Would you date a wrestler? Yeah. I mean, I'm married, but yeah. That's all I have for that. Yeah.
Well, would you be able to handle the fact that they're on the road all the time and they're around like all these guys that have good bodies and they're around them all the time? I
think when you're dating somebody,
you know what I mean?
Well, like, pretty much. I mean, let's talk about the women on.
You're not there with them all the time.
No, I agree, but think about it. They are. I mean, 90% of the women's wrestlers are fucking gorgeous people, right?
Of course.
I mean, let's take out Nia Jax, who, again, she would be gorgeous if she lost.
She is gorgeous, though. I mean,
if she lost a little weight, she would be like, she was a model, actually, before she gained all that weight.
She's a hot fat
like
girl.
Tamina, okay, maybe not her. Natalya, maybe for a regular person, Natalya would be hot. I don't know. But, like, you kind of, that comes with the territory with people that are that fucking attractive. I mean, are we talking about Becky Lynch here? Because that person gets asked out every single day of her life. Like, Alexa Bliss like gets hit on.
90% of fucking wrestling retards, I'm sorry, but like, do you go out with me?
Yeah, but even like if she goes into a coffee shop before going into a wrestling event, she's getting hit on before she goes on by not people who don't even know who she's a wrestler.
True.
Even Charlotte, she's fucking gorgeous in her own right. Like, even the women in NXT, look at Peyton Royce. Like, Peyton Royce seems like an under the radar, like she's not like a model, but she's like gorgeous. Obviously, she's obviously gorgeous.
Even Nikki Cross looks fucking really pretty.
Yeah, Nikki Cross too. Like, I'm sure her in not wearing, like, with her greasy hair and her fucking wearing leather everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm sure she
looks
like
great.
if she wore regular clothing, people would be like, hey, I'd hit that. So I think that comes with the territory. If you're expecting. If you're going to be dating somebody like that, then you're going to expect that comes with the territory. You're dating somebody who's really attractive. That's going to go with that. That's going to happen. I mean,
you would have to be really secure with yourself, though.
Yeah, you'd have to be. Wait,
on a WWE level.
Yeah, Becky Lynch. Is somebody saying Becky Lynch? Yes, of course, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is gorgeous. Like,
you'd have to be like.
You'd have to be insanely comfortable with her being hit on
constantly,
every moment of every day.
Right, exactly. If you could, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that. I actually think that it's like, for me, it's like kind of hot that like a girl gets hit on, for me personally. Like, I don't find jealousy in that unless she's like flirting with a guy. But if like lots of guys like her, like, and want to hit on her, like, I think that's kind of attractive, honestly.
Just the only recommendation for anyone out there who's trying to date a wrestler, don't date Paige. She's into some kinky shit.
Unless you're into kinky shit.
I mean, unless you're into coming on championship belts, maybe.
We got a Backyard Brawls title over here.
No, that's under glass for a reason.
Yeah. Is someone trying to come on that before?
I don't know, Fred. Are they?
Oh, boy. I don't want to know. I was a 5-time BBA champion.
I know.
I don't want someone coming on that prestige.
You're a 4-time BBA champion. Just to correct you. 4 times. I have the. Do you want me to pull the GeoCities? I'm the only 5-time champion.
All right, let's get 1 or 2 more questions. Christopher Cruz says, "Who do you think will take the WWE title away from Jinder?"
You know, it was weird. I was thinking about that the other day, and I'm like...
It's going to be a while, folks.
It's going to be a while now. Like, we went through the time where it was the honeymoon phase, and, like, now it's just like, this is reality now. This is it. This is where we are now. I also think this is happening at WrestleMania also, at this point.
WrestleMania? Think so? You don't think it's going to be Nakamile?
No, who's Nakamile? I don't know Nakamile. We're running late on this show.
That's okay. We're having fun. Fuck
the format.
It's a drunk show. We're experimenting with this Tennessee honey.
Not our sexualities.
Yeah, well,
Fred is.
I think I'm pretty straightforward where I'm at. You know.
Straight.
I think I'm like pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, you missed the first opportunity to do your normal gimmick, but you kind of just you made up for it, and we're just gonna pretend like you didn't say it completely normal, like you normally would.
I hate you so much. Stop thinking about things that I messed up with.
So who do you think's gonna lose?
Stop correcting me.
Who do you think Jinder's gonna lose the title to, and when do you think it's gonna happen?
Styles, Royal Rumble.
Styles the Rumble.
Yeah, they're already it's already gonna happen.
I love that idea.
They're feuding with. They're building it up,
and that would set up AJ versus Nakamura at Mania, which I would love. But there's a part of me that thinks it's going to be John Cena at WrestleMania.
You think so?
I think it's going to be John Cena versus Jinder Mahal. And there's a rumor that they're going to have a special guest referee for the Survivor Series match for Jinder versus Brock, and that they're trying to get John Cena to do it, although he's like super overcommitted to too many things at the moment. So that could lay the seedlings for their WrestleMania match when John Cena maybe screws over Jinder Mahal in a match against Brock Lesnar.
But what's AJ going to do at WrestleMania?
Who?
What's AJ going to do at WrestleMania?
They could do AJ versus Shinsuke in a non-title match.
But that's just dumb.
Hey, Fred, what happened with Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens' feud? What happened with that last year?
Alright, it didn't happen.
I mean, it did, but was it a Universal title match?
No, it was a U.S. title.
It was a U.S. title match.
Yeah. I try to forget things that happened. Yeah.
I never forget things that are really wretched.
I know.
Because this is the Wretched Wrestling Podcast.
But that destroys your soul.
Big Cass? What are we talking about Big Cass for?
Big Cass? Well,
somebody's talking about Big Cass on...
When did Big Cass get hurt?
Big Cass got hurt a while ago, so I feel like he might be coming back soon.
Maybe by WrestleMania.
Royal Rumble. He takes out Enzo in the Rumble.
But when did he come back? When was he injured? He's out for 9 months.
He said 2 months. Oh, he's been
2 months.
He's been out 2 months.
Oh, okay.
So how long was he supposed to be out? Is really the question. I don't know.
9. I heard 9.
9. But you know WWE, they always fucking fabricate that number. They go like, "Oh, he's gonna be out a month." Say he's out for 3 years. Like,
and he comes back tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think you forgot you forgot one other question on WWP. Yes, WWP.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I got them all.
Yeah, you did.
We had 3 questions.
There was
4
one
questions.
by F. Robin 85, actually.
It's not here. Did you do hashtag Ask
No,
WWP?
of course I didn't.
Come on, Fred. I gotta Google your fucking name.
You don't have to Google my name. You just go to the fucking post, you fuck.
It's a fucking phrase. It's a fucking term of fucking phrase, you fucking bitch.
God, I only got 50 followers.
Oh, God. Here's one question we got.
I think this should be expressed on the fucking podcast.
There's a question 55. From F. Robin 85. That's funny because your name starts with F. Your last name is Robinson, and you were born in 1985. It's funny that this username seems like you. The question is, what does Craig Dixon think of Fred Robinson?
Really? Huh. Well, I mean, it's nice for you to it's nice to know for once, we've been friends for
I think the question
20 years.
I think the question was for me.
Years?
I don't think the question was for you. I think it's.
I'll be quiet then.
I think it's for me. I don't think the question was for you, especially considering you asked it. But
I didn't ask it.
No, you didn't ask it. Okay.
No,
that's funny.
No.
That's interesting.
All right.
Fred's a good guy.
Yeah.
We do fuck around on this podcast a lot, and I do come off as a bit of a douche. But me and Fred are actually really good friends. And Fred's my bro. So, that comes first.
Thanks, man.
Before all these fuckers out here.
Let's kiss it. Man.
No, I'm gonna go.
No, on
my shoulder?
No,
Stop touching my shoulder.
No, I was just overwhelmed with how much you said something nice about me and stuff, and it's rare for you to say something nice about me, so it was nice. But
never again.
We gotta plug some stuff, by the way.
You could do it.
No, come on. I won't touch you. I promise.
Okay.
I won't. I promise.
All right, so
not right now.
We're gonna wrap this up here. We're going a little long today.
No, but it was a good I had a fun episode. This is a drunk episode.
I'm a little drunk, yes.
Our PWO brothers.
Bros.
WNA.
Harold, Harold on Periscope is asking, when are we usually on? Harold, you are watching us when we're usually on. This is Friday night.
This is our time.
This is our time slot. We are
time slot.
You said time zone?
Yeah, time slot. Man.
We're usually on Friday nights, sometime after 10:30 Eastern time. Sometimes we do Saturdays. Sometimes we do Thursdays, but it's usually Friday. So follow us on Periscope and Twitter, and you'll always know. We're at Wretched Wrestle on Twitter. So Fred, start your plugs, bro.
Of course, we have to plug our PWO members. Of course, they're our brothers from another mother, and they're good guys. Let's start off with the Wrestling Nerds Alliance. We will be doing a show soon with them at the Survivor Series.
Yeah, we'll do another Survivor Series showdown with them. We're going to do a joint show.
We're not going to have any special guests here at the podcast. We're going to have...
Yeah, we're not going to have any uninvited guests to my fucking house where I fucking live with my son and my daughter. Uninvited. My daughter? I have a daughter now? That's son and my wife.
That's news to me, my friend.
Son and wife. I don't know where that came from.
Your son is having identity issues.
I had a couple of drinks. Drinky poos.
Robin Cliff will be joining us on the Survivor Series show in a couple of weeks at the Wrestling Nerds Alliance.
Yep.
You can follow them on Twitter at WNA Podcast. Also, the Gimmick Table. They are each week they're interviewing indie stars, yes, and they're very good podcasts. They're very professional, and they have great chemistry with their counterparts there at gimmick_table.
That's
you can
on
follow
Twitter.
them on Twitter.
Yep.
Yes, we also have S Marks the Spot with Mr. Leo. He's a good dude.
Leo's a good dude.
The I don't remember the exact...
It's at SMarkTheSpot on Twiter.
Yes, they review the latest happenings in wrestling. They're really good. I like those guys. They're good dudes. Last but... not second to last. Second to... Whatever the fuck I'm trying to say. Roar is Boar is our other guys from Kentucky. Those fucking hicks.
You can follow them at Raw is Boar on Twitter.
Last but not least, those fucking kangaroo motherfuckers.
Kangaroo fuckers.
Fucking motherfuckers. Their toilets fucking flushed the other way, aka the other, that Simpsons episode that we watched back in the day.
Yep. Simpsons reference.
The Brocast Podcast with a K, not a C.
You can follow them at the Brocast on Twitter with a K. Cast with a K.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There's some good podcasts there. The Home Video Hustle video.
Very good show.
Yeah, I like them a lot. Just try to,
you can follow the Josh and Stu podcast where me and Fred made it to the Survivor Series finals in the prediction showdown.
Yeah! Fuck yeah!
We only got one fucking match wrong.
One fucking match.
It was the Finn Balor AJ match. We're really upset about that.
I know. It was my fault for not sending the amended predictions right, but I would have...
I did.
I would have picked Finn Balor, but it's okay.
We did pick Finn Balor, and he... Oh, no, we picked...
You picked AJ Styles.
No, we both picked AJ Styles on the preview show, so I thought that was unanimous.
Fuck.
We did it on our preview show. We did WWP episode 64. We both said fucking AJ was going to win, so...
Christopher Cruz, we're not taking a few shots in a row, then answer, because we are fucking drunk.
Yeah, well,
and I gotta drive home, essentially.
Oh, yeah. Eventually, I think is what the word you were.
Eventually.
Essentially. I mean, yeah, you are going to drive home. It's not you're essentially driving home. No, you are going to drive home. Fredo has some word confusions on this podcast.
A little word confusion.
All right, I think that's going to wrap it up here, guys. Thank you for joining us on the 65th episode of the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. We have a couple more weeks until WWE Survivor Series. Hopefully we'll get some more updates on the on where the Survivor Series show is going to go. Maybe we'll get the Raw invasion on SmackDown. From what I heard, it doesn't sound like they're going to invade Raw for a couple weeks because they're going to be in England, I think, next week. And then the Raw brand is going in, like, another country after that. So I think they're going to take their time with this. So I kind of like that. They should build this up slowly over time.
Yeah, slowly. We got some few weeks left.
We got a couple weeks, man. Motherfucker, just leave it
Slowly.
slow down.
Just like a women's orgasm. Just build it slowly.
Yeah, just flood that
Just
vag.
touch and touch and make
Touch
it
and feel, baby.
Good. Just nice and slow. Take your time.
All right. Fred's gonna
Okay.
us off here.
Peace out,
folks.
Anyway, we are available on Twitter at Wretched Wrestle. We're available on Facebook at Wretched Wrestling. You can follow us on YouTube. Please subscribe so we can get our own goddamn URL for once. You can subscribe to us and listen on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and
Thanks for joining us, Chris.
TuneIn Radio, and I don't know, Podomatic at this point?
For the time being, yes.
For the time being, yes. But iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher are more important. Please, please follow us, and we need those fucking follows, man. It's been fucking good.
Give us all those DLs, baby.
Follow us on RedTube. We're gonna find a very sensual version of our podcast.
RetroWrestling.com.
Pants off, shirts off. RedTube, baby. I can't fucking wait.
RetroWrestling.com, Fred. Plug that.
Yeah, I know. I always forget that one. But it doesn't matter what I plugged. Because at the end of the day, WretchedWrestling.com. You're going to find whatever I just said on the whole damn site. So the whole point of 20 seconds before is useless. Because you're going to find everything there, people. Just remember that. WNA, we're going to see you in a few weeks at our Survivor Series show.
And we're going to kick your ass!
We're going to kick your ass. We're not going to say anything racist.
Nope. Especially Craig.
I'm going to make sure Craig doesn't do that. But we will be drunk. So, Anyway, let's sing our song. We love wrestling. Ran out of breath. Craig, what do you have to say?
Except for Joe Girardi.
Uh-huh.
Fuck him.
And watch Velveteen Dream versus Aleister Black. Please. Thank you.
Alright.
Peace out, guys.
Later, guys. Thanks for joining. Oh, goddamn.